Okay, so now we need to capture the value of this combo box on click of this button, because we want to know when we are starting a new game, in which mode should we start it. So let's go back to our VS Code and I'll show you how you can access the value of this combo box inside the on-click handler of this start new game button. So first of all, we need to make some changes to our markup file. We need to give our combo box an unique ID so that we can identify it from rest of the markup, and then we can access its value. So let's give an unique ID to it, and for that you need to use aura::id attribute, and let's give it a unique ID as maybe game mode. So this aura ID is used to give an unique ID to your component, and you can use it with any of the elements in your markup. For example, if you want to give an unique ID to your button as well, you can have an aura ID attribute here as well, and you can call it like start new game button. And similarly, you can use it wherever you want inside this markup file. And then I need to go back to my JS file, and here inside this start game method, I need to access the value of this aura ID, which is game mode. So for that, we need to use the find method, which comes from this component variable. So here this component variable represents the markup of your component. And if you need to access any of the element from this markup, you always need to access it through this component variable. So you can call it the instance of your markup. So if you want to find this combo box, you need to use component.find. And here in this find method, you need to pass the aura ID. Our aura ID is game mode, so we need to pass it. And now we have got this combo box component. So I can store it inside a variable. So the variables in JavaScript are similar to the Apex. The only difference is here you do not need to use the data type of the variable, like you do not need to declare string or integer or list, set or map. You simply need to use a keyword called where, or you can also use two more keywords which are like let or const. Here in this course, we are not going to learn JavaScript in detail as this is out of scope of this course, but I'll give you some idea about the different keywords that you can use. So the first one is where, the second one is let, and the third one is const. And all these three keywords are used to define a variable inside a JavaScript. Nowadays, no one uses the where keyword. So let's not talk about it because we are not going to use it anywhere in our course. So I'm going to remove it. Now let's talk about let and const. Here let is a variable that you can change later on as well. So if you declare a variable with let keyword, then you can change the variable value anytime in your code. But if you use const keyword, then it means you are creating the constant variable. So this const keyword is very similar to the final keyword of your Apex classes. So that's the only difference between let and const. If you are confused between let and const, then go for let. So most of the time we are going to use let in our course. So here I'm going to declare a variable with let keyword and I'm going to name it game mode combo box. Let me remove these two lines from here. So what I've done here is I have found this combo box uniquely using this aura ID and this find method. And now this game mode combo box variable holds this lightning combo box in it. So first let's add a comment here, access combo box. The next thing that we need to do is access the value of this combo box. So it will be like access the value of combo box. Now here to access the value of this combo box, you need to first of all use the combo box variable. Then you need to use a method called get. And then you need to use the attribute name. The attribute that we want to access is this value attribute of the combo box. So you simply need to pass that attribute name. But remember, we are inside the Aura framework, so you always need to use v as in the value provider whenever we are talking about the attributes. So it will be like v dot value, and this is going to give us the selected value of the combo box. So you can store it inside another variable, and let's call it selected value. And then we can print the selected value inside our console log as well. So it will be like the start new game button is clicked, the game mode is, and let's add our selected value variable. So this is somewhat similar to how we used to work in Apex. The only thing is the syntax is a bit different. We can also show a browser alert as well using this alert method, and we can pass the same text there. Let's deploy our code, and now you will see that whenever we click on the start new button, we will see the value of combo box being displayed as well. So here if you click on this start new game, we see this alert box and it says the start new game button is clicked, the game mode is in progress. From where are we getting this value? So if you go to your markup, the value of this value attribute is in progress. And so far we haven't changed the game mode. So if we change it to something else, then we will see a different value. So this time it says the game mode is medium. If we change it to hard, then we see hard here. And the same thing should be printed inside our console log as well. So this is how you can access a component uniquely using the Aura ID and find method. In the next video, we are going to talk about how we can access these attribute values inside our JS file and how we can set these attribute values inside our JS file.